But Jamaica, I'm sure you all heard this morning when you read the front pages that SSL plans to compensate the investors. But a part of the compensation is that the investors need to prove to the public that they made investments. So my argument is wouldn't the trustee have the names of the investors and the investments that were made? Of course. But the trustee spoke this evening on Bradley Avenue. And I want Jamaica to hear what the trustee said what happened to the payment. Listen carefully to the foolishness.
Labeled the SSL Victims Compensation Fund has been established.
And joining us to discuss further is SSL's trustee, Cadian Campbell. Mr. Campbell, good evening.
Good evening, Professor Hope and Siobhan Campbell, is it?
Yes, Siobhan is
That's
with
correct.
us. Yes. Siobhan, I'll let you lead out, of
And
course.
good evening to your listeners as well.
Thank you so much, yes.
So, good afternoon again, Mr. Campbell. But the first question I suppose that everybody is on everybody's mind is how much has been set aside in this victims compensation fund?
Well, at this point in time, 500,000 United States dollars has been earmarked for this.
So,
Hold
could you
on.
say it again?
How much?
500,000 United States dollars.
Yes.
$500,000 US.
So 500,000 US dollars?
Yes.
And exactly how will this be, I suppose, divvied up? Is this going to be a claim-based system, or is there a set limit to how much each victim is allowed to access?
All right. So firstly, victims of the alleged fraud would be required to submit their proofs of claim. We have received some POCs already, and others are being encouraged to submit their claim, in particular the 30th of April deadline, so that we can, complete that processing exercise. The claim will be paid on a prorated basis based on the amount that is actually admitted. The persons will submit their claim. We will go through a vetting process and assess the claims. We will look at the available information and evidence. And ultimately, as trustee, I have to determine what amount will be admitted as being ranked for distribution. So the total of what is ranked for distribution, the 500,000 would be prorated among those claimants.
So, Mr. Campbell, the time stipulated for submission of the POCs up to the 30th of April. Beyond that, how far, beyond that will claimants wait to receive their compensation?
Well, persons have been encouraged to submit their claims. And this exercise has been ongoing from my resumption at the end of May 2024. So we have receiving claims from that time. It is not anticipated that the claims processing exercise can go beyond this calendar year. FSL will not have the resources to continue that process, and we will be looking to, in the second half of this year, to start to wind down claims processing. So we are encouraging those persons who have not yet submitted their claims, please do so immediately, and certainly if you are or you think you are a victim of the alleged fraud, we need those claims in by the end of April.
But Mr. Campbell, the volume, the 500,000 US dollars, $500,000, we have heard of losses way surpassing that. So you suggest that it's going to be a pro rata kind of basis. Is there a kind of percentage figure that claimants are expected to receive based on the figure that you have quoted as being in the kitty and available for remuneration?
No, well, we know what is available at this point in time, and other funds may become available. What we have not determined as yet is the admitted claims that would rank for a distribution. So that is the exercise we are going to be embarking in earnest. We have started with the claims that we have received thus far, but we know that there are potentially other claims out there that we have not received as yet. And in light of the fact that there's a distribution pending, we want to get the claims, as many claims in as possible, because once the distribution has been made, if your claim comes in after that point, you will not have any claim or benefit from that pool that would have been distributed prior.
But Mr. Campbell, certainly, as you said, it's a pro rata rate, but I mean, in many cases, this will not make at least some of the more famous victims, I would want to say, whole, even at that amount.
No, definitely. It is not anticipated that there will be a situation where the victims would be made whole, certainly from what we have in the SSL estate and the Victims Compensation Fund.
And what then is the ceiling, the limit in terms of compensation that can be given out to an individual victim if you've worked out that quantum?
No, that will not be determined until the claims are admitted and we have determined that we're going to be making the distribution. So we'll know the total admitted at that point. We do not know that figure at this point in time.
So this $500,000 US is a first tranche, and there are expected tranches that should come after this has been distributed?
Well, we have been able to, based on the mechanism that we use to recover those funds, we have been able to earmark that $500,000 US. I cannot say at this point in time how much more may be recovered for the Victim Compensation Fund, but we are working to for additional funds to go into that pool. But we know of that amount being available at this point in time.
And I'll keep this in relation to the fund specifically. If a victim of the alleged fraud makes a claim on this fund, is that essentially the end of the company's liability to them? They cannot seek any further restitution?
No. The victims have other recourse. They may not have recourse against the SSL estate if there are no funds available, as in there's no funds to distribute. But there may be other recourse that victims have.
As in, let's say they access this fund, would they by chance at a later date be able to take further legal actions against SSL and its principals? Or does this fund, or making a claim on this fund, indemnify SSL against further legal action?
No, all right. There is within insolvency matters, there's an automatic stay of proceeding. So once you are able to prove your claim in the bankruptcy, that is the mechanism for you to make your claim. So once you have proved your claim in the bankruptcy, based on the available funds, you rank to receive a distribution, and the trustee would make that distribution. So if there are no additional funds available, it is pointless to pursue legal action against a company when there would be no additional funds available. So all the funds that would be available for the victims through the SSL estate would be distributed to them.
So, Mr. Campbell, is this on a first come, first served basis, in that persons who have claims to file should ensure that they file these claims early so that they are at least in line to get some percentage of their resources back before the $500,000 US is exhausted?
It's not quite a first come, first served basis, as I indicated. The payment is on a prorated, or what we call a pari passu basis. But all the persons who, let's use the 30th of April deadline, all the persons whose claims are in by that deadline, those claims will be assessed to determine what amount, if any, would be admitted. Not because someone submits a claim, it doesn't mean that it will automatically be accepted by the trustee. We have to vet them and determine what is admissible for a distribution. So in early
Jamaica. Uno necessary rat race go on.
The claims.
Jamaica. How much is 500,000 US dollars in Jamaica? How much is 500,000 US dollars? Lord Jesus. Class president calling me already. Class president, you couldn't make me do me commentary, then you call. Yes.
Good evening. That temporary trustee is just floating an idea. They don't have no money to pay because the perpetrators have siphoned off those monies. And where would that 500,000 US dollars come from? From the taxpayers' money? That can't work unless they want to riot into the streets. They should lock up the perpetrator, the owner of SSL, the Prime Minister, and you have Minister of Government who is involved. The SSL office building. That transfer must be rescinded immediately because it was criminal property that was transferred. I saw where they tampered with the sign and repainted the building. Look here. They are only floating this idea about compensation to prevent criminal liability.
Yes.
What they want to say is that if they pay out some money already to the quote-unquote investors, then you can't come and lock up the principals or the persons who perpetrated the crime. That's what they want to do, water down the criminal aspect of the case so that if the opposition comes into government, it cannot pursue criminal liability because some payments started already. So it's just a clandestine plot to preserve the persons who have stolen those billions of dollars.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Spoke about.
You know, hear the man go say about it going to be prorated. And then on top of that, the man go and say, them have to analyze. So wouldn't they have the 200 investors' name and know who forget what, when, how?
He was paid to come out and make that statement.
Mighty God.
And he said that they probably try to get some more money. Get it from where? Where is it going to come from? Unless you arrest and charge these persons and empty back their bank accounts and take away those luxurious properties and put it in the government coffers, there is no money to come. These guys, they have spent out the money already. They have purchased iron properties and the cash is into their various accounts.
Lord God.
So what? They're going to double down and let taxpayers pay the money after we have lost hundreds of millions through NHD, the Banana Catastrophe Fund, National Health Fund, right? And probably two other more institutions. These guys are crazy. Let's see how the opposition will respond to it because it's pure madness that was spoken in that clip.
So yes, the opposition,
sense.
But you see, so them don't ask for the Crow report.
No, they're not. Look here, all of that was organized. They're not going to ask about the Crow report, and they're not going to release it either. The government is not going to do that because they are in an election year and they're playing a lot of games with people's money.
But you realize you know, realize after them come today and talk about how money go release. You know, hear about the Bangarang meeting where I keep down a Belmont Road from 3 o'clock this evening. From 3 o'clock.
Well, I am not interested in that, you know. I just want to know that these 8 or 9 people taken into custody and get back Jamaica's wealth to let the country prosper. All those young men who they are killing with impunity.
Yes.
We want young people to get opportunity in the country instead of sending out the security forces to kill them off. So you rob the young people of their opportunities by taking those monies, putting it into your personal accounts and purchasing luxurious properties all over the world, investing in offshore investments, and then you going to claim legitimacy for killing off these young men without any judicial process. The opposition should emphatically reject such crime plan. I don't want to hear nothing from the PNP talking about the accept targeted operation to kill out our young people. It cannot run like that. They're going to messing up society.
Today a young man sent me a video He had to run for his life. You heard what I said? He had to run. I want you to stay on the phone. Look at producer. Show how the young man have to drive the vehicle from the police station to another police station. Call the police, them come to kill him. Courtney. Producer, show it.
See them there. All of them there. See, when I jeep up there, so they run me down to kill me. See them there. Video. See them? See them there. See them there. See them there. See them there. They run me down to kill me a while ago. See a police run me down and I be a private car to kill me. Just a come from the station. See my report book here. See my report book here. See them there up there a while ago. The whole of them block the road down and see them to kill me a while ago. Just a come from Mandeville station. Just a they run me down to kill me there. See that? Just my report. See that? They run me down. A police, be a private police in a car and they run me down to kill me. I just signed in a while ago. I just sent out the bike out and said, police, I rise up the clothes and see how how are police down? Call Isaac Buchanan for me, please. They just run me down to kill me. They just run me down to kill me a while ago. See that? I police station, me have to jump out and run go. See them there, see them there. Aye. See all of them there. Sir, very nice. See, when I jeep up there, so they run me down to kill me. See them there. Video it. See that? See them there, see them there, see them there. See them there. They run me down to kill me a while ago. Be a police run me down and be a private car to kill me. But just I come from the station. So my report book here. So my report book here. See them there up there a while ago. The whole of them block the road down and sit there to kill me a while ago. See that? Just I come from Mandeville station. We just they run me down to kill me, Jenna. See that? We just got a report. See that? They run me down. A police, be a private police in a car and run me down to kill me. Me just signed in a while ago. Me just send off a voice note and say, police, I write up the clothes and sit on me.
Yeah, they don't look you know that you're supposed to do in your
Yeah, but me see him look for me. Me and I eat that, me Jenna. Me turn up on about 6 different roads, they run me down a while ago.
when I say write up the clothes, you know, this is not a report, after writing.
Yeah, but look here now, me not eat that. And me see something, me know what me I tell you.
We don't dispute
The
what you're
police
saying, but just after
swing across the road and think me have it on record. Look there. Me have camera up on record and everything.
This is a report, you have to look your box. Are you okay? In my report, we have to write in mode of dress.
Yeah.
You see what have to happen? You see that?
Yes. Well, many more mothers will have to band their belly and cry, you know, because Mark Golden and Peter Bunting said they are supporting the police's targeted operation. That's what he said on the platform in Mandeville the other day. And when you ask Mark Golden about the extrajudicial killings being taken place by the police, he basically supported the police and didn't make any comments any further. But he is doing it to the PNP's detriment, because there are claims that even in St. Thomas, young men who support the PNP are being chased out of the community by police. So very soon the PNP will have little support in these areas that are run by JLP thugs.
So you know that he never have on the camera and he never did that video then. And he never run in our next police station and turn on him phone in a Courtney. He would be a dead man, you know.
Well, it will continue. The opposition is not interested to address this matter. And I am very disappointed because right now the PNP has a lot of political capital. They can't lose. So why not support the people and trying to eradicate this mass killings by the police? You said from 2023 until now is close to 1,400 people have been killed by the police. That is enough to refer the matter to the International Criminal Court, and the opposition could lead in doing so. You know, they could have made a petition. But I've seen nothing like that happening, man. These young men are going to die without any help. And they are crying out for help from us, you know. That is it. You just saw the video. That guy was pleading, but the other guys are pleading. It's just that they didn't in any position to record anything. We can't run a society like that, where the police, from January to date, the police have killed some 96 people. Can you imagine? 96 people, and we are just in the first week or so in April. And it is going on non-stop. You can listen to the news every day. You will hear police.
Producer, I sent you a last video. I want Jamaica to see how the man had to be running off the streets.
Is not a signatory to the International Criminal Court. He can still be whisked off and taken there, right? Former Philippine President Rodrigo Duarte, was arrested after a trip from Hong Kong. When he came to the airport in Manila, they arrested him, grabbed his neck, and stuck him into a chartered flight, and he was flown to the Netherlands at The Hague. Philippine is not a signatory to the ICC, but they took him and they are trying him over there right now.
But if the man never drive, and if the man never have the dashboard on, the man would have been victim 97,
Yeah, but many more will die this week, many more will die next week, because the opposition said they are not doing anything about it. You can have the population wanting you to get into power. You see police killing with impunity, over 96 deaths since January, and the opposition who is about to take power is not making a statement on the matter. What is he going to do? Lose vote? He's not going to lose any vote by doing that. Police will support him also, because the PNP has policies like the housing issue and all of that. And some police want law and order into the society. So there is nothing to lose by condemning these extrajudicial killings that are taking place. No crime is going down. Can't have crime going down and police kill 96 people already since the start of
yes,
the year.
don't bother say nothing more about the PNP. Don't say anything about the PNP. Then we take your hand over your cause. Them people here, when you try balance the agenda, them are going to tell you, say, I'm a mark holding a government and so. My then run me and cost me and you off of the program. All right?
The prosecutors in Philippines, they accuse
yeah, but make the conversation done this, so, because you have a point, but these people not seeing beyond the point. So just left it there.
I'm saying that the Jamaican government has robbed our Jamaican people of meaningful opportunities, and now it has embarked on a national killing spree. I can never agree with something like that. That should not be allowed in a democratic society where there is law and order. You can't have police.
So your argument is that the opposition. So your argument is that the opposition should come out and condemn the targeted operation.
It must be done immediately. It should have been done since February or thereabout. Look here, he's going to lose political capital if he doesn't come out These mothers are weeping and mourning. Children are suffering because they are left without fathers.
So your argument is not that you're condemning the opposition, but the opposition must condemn what is happening to the poor people in this country.
If the opposition wants it to stop, it can stop this week. If they come out vociferously on the matter, it will stop. The opposition has the power to petition the International Criminal Court, and they just come and pick up Anjolas and he's gone to the Hague. They can pick him up whenever he goes overseas. All they have to do is document these deaths and get the mothers of these young men come forward, and the Hague will have him easily. All that will happen is that whenever he goes on a flight overseas, they just pick him up at the airport and he's gone. He will not come back to Jamaica.
Oh, so you said the opposition must condemn the act.
Stop it now. The opposition can stop it this week. This week as we speak, they can save the lives of these young men. The opposition is law and order you're supporting. If a criminal has done something wrong and there is sufficient evidence to prosecute him, take him to the court, present the evidence, and make sure that he's punished accordingly. Depending on time. So if he has to do life in prison, let him do life in prison.
So you say the opposition must condemn it and carry a action at the International Criminal Court against Anti-Wellness.
Oh yes. So, look here, you said it last night, that close to 1,400 persons have been killed by the police since 2023 under Andrew Wellness's watch. The instruction that he gave the police to kill off these young men, that can also be tendered into evidence at the International Criminal Court against him. So I am saying no. If the opposition wants to stop this killing spree by the police, they can do it this week. And I am 100% sure about it. They even need to give a statement to say, listen,
all right,
these policemen who are going on this killing spree, if they are culpable, the full force of the law will be commenced when they come into power. They can't just sit down and watch poor people, children being killed like that. Those young men could have become businessmen, you know, doctors and lawyers. If politicians rob up the money and didn't put any resources on them, that is why they are like that.
All right.
Young men are being killed too. It's worse when politicians have stolen Jamaicans' money than those young men who are giving trouble. You know? And some of them are innocent. Politicians can give police order to kill them, you know, in order to win the election. All
right. I hear you loud and clear. I hear your point, and me take your point. All right?
Okay.
Jamaica, I'm going to say this. Only need to have an open mind. And I realize over here when people are making points, I don't necessarily agree with them. Not really. But in true Jamaica, the opposition can really condemn the acts that are being committed. The opposition can condemn it for true. I really believe so. I stick with that point, Jamaica. I really stick with that point. That the opposition can condemn and show the alternatives to crime fighting. Me if you call Peter Bunting? No. Yeah, Jamaica, think about it. Think about it. Have an open heart. Yes, hello?
Andre.
Yes.
Me, I see where the brother talked a while ago. And me have to agree with him, you know.
UPNP, Mr. Marsh, say what?
No, me have to agree with what the man said a while ago. These police going around, and when them kill people, them tell you say the man challenged them with, they said that, and I can't prove it. This targeting operation, me not sure the right person. Because remember, you know, and all information good enough. Remember, the Prime Minister stand up in a parliament and him get information to a clansman and say land over Clifton, you know. And him can bulldozer go over there, go buck down the people them out of them place, you know. Right? He could have go over there and kill them same way, you know.
True.
And then come give you another argument. Intelligence them a work for.
True.
So, me not really trust that. Let me tell you, when police back up bad man, you see what did that up at that place at the supermarket where bad man them did and the man them dad and think for TikTok?
Yes.
You remember that incident there? You see a bad man beg two.
Yes.
Two. Yeah. Bad man are really operate like all this, and then again you have one and two smarty, and you have about 5, 6 police and the police that have tell you say the man drive gun after them and all them kind of something there. Me not believe it, the registration they steal, me can't do no encore.
Yes.
And let me say it plain and straight, you know. We have some undesirable among us, but we need to get rid of them. But I must know for sure, say, he or she is the person. You can't just kill the man and then come and you tell me Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Yes.
You know. Remember at the Cherry, remember they did incident at Cherry Lane, the place name?
Yes.
When they did that the killing, I may tell people that the police are going to say two man are come from one dance and thing and shoot them and tell them one to the killing down at Cherry Lane, you know. So said, so done.
Yes.
It just happened. So I can't trust the police behavior. And let me tell you, we only tell their behavior now.
Yes.
God, me shouldn't say this, but me I say, I don't sure if one night time you're not going to yourself one PNP meeting shut up. Because then lock down up you at time, when they them come back, them go lock down the and late then we have to be careful. Take sleep, mark, Jamaica, this place is desperate and they will do anything. And just before I go, concerning the SSL matter, the people who are in charge now is a set of zerologists. Yes, because they are working out your money to nothing.
Mighty God.
Zerologists, them name. We've got to be very careful. Jamaica, we in a serious position. And we don't know what the plan is at Belmont Road today because the real things are going, the song cannot sing so.
All right, Mash.